This car has done everything in its power to end up at the junkyard. I bought it with a completely blown motor. It's been in multiple accidents. It rained inside the car, and someone even cut the roof off, but it's not dead yet. 30 grand later, it has a new motor, new body, carbon roof, many mods on the shelf, including a turbo, to build the ultimate 328i. Today, it's wheels, tires, suspension, and brakes. This is our long lost 328 that you guys probably haven't seen in like a year or two. It is getting the royal treatment with a slew of mods just in today's video to get this party started. Now, before we go on, let me catch you up to speed if you're new here. This is my F30 328i. I bought it about 3 years ago, I guess at this point, for just $1,850 with a blown motor. Now, as you can imagine, an $1,800 car is not a very great car. In fact, we had to replace 7 body panels, including the hood, the fender, the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the side skirts. After that, it looked like a hot mess, so we did the next best thing. We vinyl wrapped it matte black, which kind of made it look worse, which is how you guys are seeing the video that you're watching now. As you can see next to me, we did have the car freshly painted, and 2 days later, it rained inside the car, flooding it out, creating all kinds of damage. One thing led to another. Saws came out, the roof came off, carbon went on. It's a whole thing. You should check it out. We have links in the description. But anyway, back to the video. That's why the car is matte black, but it's really silver. You can see we have wheels and tires. We have a stud conversion. We have a BMW OEM brake kit. We have Bilstein suspension. We have control arms from VAC with mono balls to make sure it's going to really tighten up the steering. And also to help out with the handling, we have a strut brace. So as you can see, ton of stuff, and we are going to make it the best that we can. So without further ado, let's get started. Look at these. They're so cute. I'm going to be installing these. So that's before and after. And then here's the caliper. Definitely a good investment. The big brake kit that we're going to be installing, as you can see, this one has 4 different pistons. So it has 2 pistons on the bottom, 2 pistons on the top. It makes it super easy to change your pads because all you really do is there's these little pins. You knock the pins out and then literally these just slide in. So you don't have to take everything apart every time you want to change them out. With these giant discs, if you watched our big brake conversion on my F30 M3, same principles apply. Because you have more surface area, it's going to keep the heat down and it's going to make your brakes stronger for longer. Set this to tighten so it loosens it. Got it?
Tighten to loosen.
Tighten to loosen. Set my spindle spreader. See how easy that comes out? Look at that, boom. So what we're gonna do now, I'm going to take out the top of the strut. I'm gonna duck it down. We're gonna pull it out this way. Everything is loose, so we won't stretch the brake line or anything, and then this is gonna just pretty much fall out. All right, now as I'm letting this out, I'm actually holding onto the brake so this thing doesn't just fall down.
Yo, Brian.
Wait, let's see how long it takes to come back out. 1, 2.
It's not even coming back out. You have to pull it back out.
That's really funny. Now, when you're working on cars, you know that some stuff happens that you weren't really expecting. Now, this car has 145,000 miles and it had some seized bolts, which led to some power tools coming out, which we broke those too. So we have a slight problem. May or may not have caught fire. It's really hot. And it smells really bad. This is ridiculous. This is what it's really like working on cars. This is what happens when we do a DIY and it actually goes smooth for us. And then people try to do it from home and they're like, what the heck? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I'm glad it doesn't happen more than it does. We wouldn't do what we do. That part's trash anyway. Oh no, my string broke. All right, it's time to put the new one in. Get this bolt in here. That's in. Let's really hope that the other side doesn't go the same way this did. All right, that one was less awful, partially just because Zach got the old one out for me. Thanks for getting that out. I appreciate not having to do that twice, as I can't feel the left side of my body. Put that in a safe place. All right, so this is what your stock one looks like. It's big, it's just kind of floppy. They only last so long. This is what the VAC one looks like. And what's cool about it is it has a little monoball in it. I think I have something to explain this. Okay, I'm back. So this is essentially what this looks like in here. So basically what that does is it really tightens everything up and then has a little cushioning. The other cool thing about this is if you flip it over, there's this giant clip on here. The reason for that is because these are rebuildable, where this is about to go in that trash can over there with its friend. This is rebuildable. So say you're tracking the heck out of your car, all you need to do is rebuild this piece and then you can keep the rest of it and you are good to go. You know, you can see all this rubber nasty. It takes a lot of the slop out of it, so it's gonna give you a more connected feel to the road. Drastically enhances the ride of the car. So these are the lowers. We also have the uppers. In all honesty, we had 2 sets of lowers. We thought we had grabbed a set of uppers and lowers, but yeah, we'll just do it another day. You ever see me juggle control arms before?
Never. Dude.
I thought it was closer than it was. That's how it's done. If you like the mods we're doing in today's video, like variant wheels, Bilstein suspension, and BMW OEM brakes, you are going to love this F30 335. This is my personal car that we are going to give away. All you need to do is click the links in the description. There are things like skateboards, t-shirts, keychains, and more, and every dollar gets you 1 entry to win my personal F30 335 with these mods and much, much more. Check the links down in the description for terms and conditions and your chance to win. So while I was messing around with that stuff over there, Zach took the top hats off and put them on to the Bilstein fronts. Make sure you're thinking through everything before you go to do it. So that is as far in as it wants to be. As you may remember from our intro shot, we are going to be doing a strut brace. So before I put these in, I want to get the strut brace, lay it here. That way we're only doing this once and we're not taking the bolts out, putting them back in, taking them out. So right now we have the back bolt in pretty far, which is going to help align everything in addition to these alignment pins. So let's grab that and then we can torque this side down. All right, so we're gonna have to do some adjusting most likely, but we'll at least get this side in. All right, the front suspension is done, the strut brace is on. We just have to tighten that down. We're gonna save that for a little bit, but now it is big brake time. It is time to get rid of this. This is terrible and really, really rusty. So with this beautiful brake setup, the last thing you want to do is mess it up. BMW doesn't use studs from the factory, they use wheel bolts. The problem with that is that you basically have to get the wheel, line it up perfect on here, and then kind of shimmy it until the holes line up. If you miss, you can damage your rotor and you can chip your brand new calipers, which is going to be an awful day. So what we do is we put studs in. Basically, we're going to put 5 of these in. You pick it up like every other car in the world, and then you just slide the wheel on. And what that does is it drastically reduces the chance of damage to your wheels and your new brake setup. Here we go, boys. Look at that. Dude, that looks so nice. This car just became cool.
We mounted and balanced this yesterday, and it's flat. It had 35 pounds in it. That's not good. All right. Tire feels solid. It was probably just the valve stem. All right, so it is now time for the rears. While I was out seeking medical attention for a medical emergency, Zach did the back, so thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. Let's look at this for a second. This is the shield. This was what needs to come off. BMW designed it in a way where you have to take the hub off to put a dust shield on. That is stupid and a waste of time. So we are gonna get a little bit tricky here. So sit back and enjoy. Perfect. Dude, look how awesome that looks. Complete game changer. Let me grab some studs. Oh no, actually, let's put the brake on. Click it or tick it. All right, and then we do scrape test. Everything is good. Yeah, ready to move to the last one, and then we can bleed the brakes, and we're pretty much done. All right, moment of truth, we're gonna put it down. Now, typically, whenever we lower cars, we like to have it a little higher than we want it, and then it settles down a little bit. So that looks really nice. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, so ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to bring the back down a little bit, kind of like I have the 335. Yeah, so that needs to come down, and if it settles, we'll just fix it. I lowered it a little bit, not a tremendous amount. That's good. Stop, stop, stop. Whew. All right, let me get the car out of here. I gotta pump the brakes, make sure we're good, and then I'm gonna go wash off the car, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like. So we are 4 months ahead of the video that you just watched. As you can see, we are no longer Batman Black. We are a nice, freshly painted silver. And this way you can see what the car looks like today, especially if you saw our last two videos, car silver. It's a little confusing, but just go with it. We filmed this stuff out of order. In the front, you can see our ride height. It did settle a little bit. I think this is a great height. It is very comfortable to ride in, and it's not super low, even though we still have the bumper detached and all of that. And in the back, we do have it sitting a little bit high. We could come down, but one thing to think about when you are lowering your car on coilovers and whatnot is if you're going to have passengers in the back. We have 3 kids. They're not really all that heavy, but you do have to think if you're carrying stuff in the trunk, you have people in the back, that the back of your car will settle down. So just to give me a little buffer with the kids stuff and whatnot, we figured, you know what, we'll just have it a little bit higher, super comfortable. I think it looks great. The wheels, suspension, this brake kit completely changes the look and feel of our F30 328. But be sure to stay tuned because we have many more videos like, well, putting interior in the car. So be sure to stay tuned. Thanks for watching. That's Zach. I'm Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.